Hello everybody. Let's go ahead and roll up our blanket. We'll pull a wisdom card. The truly holy person is not sinless, but instead retired from the struggle of judging others. Let's start today on our backs, taking our time, letting the feet rest in the mat, knees pointed up, inhaling through the nose and exhaling out of the mouth, maybe opening up through toes, ankles, wrists, fingers, adding any movement here that might feel good as we start to settle into the mat. Breathing in and breathing out. Hugging the knees in towards the chest. Starting to let the low back soften into the mat. Letting the head fall side to side. Breathing into the neck, the shoulders. Let's lift both legs up towards the ceiling. Just taking a moment, opening through the toes, the ankles. Let's set our toes down on the mat, curling them under so we can open through the tops of the feet. Maybe lifting the hips towards the ceiling, only if it feels okay. Breathing into the fronts of the feet and softening little by little. Letting that go as you're ready. Placing both feet down on the mat. Let's place one hand on our heart and one hand on our belly. Inhaling through the nose. And exhaling out of the mouth. Breathing in. And breathing out. Let's take this time to set an intention for our practice, allowing whatever it is to come to the surface, trusting our ability to choose what it is we want. Allowing our attention to be at the front of our heart as we move through our practice. Noticing when our mind starts to wander ahead or behind. Bringing our thoughts, our mind back to our intention, our breath, and our body. Let's go ahead and come into happy baby, bending the knees, soles of the feet point up, reaching for the inside of our arches, breathing in. Breathing out, softening the head, the neck, maybe adding some movement of the legs. Maybe the hips soften side to side. Breathing into the knees, the hips. Inhaling and exhaling. Just letting that go as we're ready. One more time, let's curl the toes under, setting them in the mat, lifting the hips. Puffing up through the chest, arms alongside the body. Maybe the balls of the feet are in the mat. Breathing into the arches of the feet. Breathing in. And breathing out. Letting the arms float up overhead if it feels good. Inhaling and exhaling. Nice and slow, peeling the spine back down, taking our time, inhaling and exhaling. Softening our belly. Let's go ahead and hug our knees in towards our chest, taking our arms out like a T, or maybe cactus arms. We're going to inhale, and as we exhale, letting the knees fall to the right, nice and slow. Softening little by little, staying with our breath. Adjusting yourself as feels good. Making it your practice. Becoming aware that no two bodies are the same. No two practices are the same. Let's take 5 more deep breaths here. Inhaling and exhaling. Coming out of it nice and slow, taking your time, hugging the knees in, just breathing into the knees and hips here. Breathing in and breathing out. Once again, let's bring our arms out like a T. Or maybe cactus arms. Take a nice big inhale through the nose, and as you exhale, knees fall to the left, nice and slow. We'll take 5 deep breaths on this side. Taking our time as we're ready, inhaling back through center and exhaling, enjoying your transition, hugging the knees in, breathing in and sighing it out, adding any movement that might feel good, softening the neck, the base of the skull. Maybe stretching through the jaw, the eyes, the face. Letting the feet rest in the mat. Taking a few breaths, relaxing the belly, the low back. We're going to reach for our rolled up blanket now. We're going to slide it underneath our tailbone. And nice and slow, we're going to lift both legs up towards the ceiling. Inhaling and exhaling, pointing out of the toes, breathing into the tops of the feet. Softening the heart, the shoulders. Adding any movement that might feel good here. Maybe knocking the feet together, helping to get everything recirculating. Opening up to the ankles, the toes. Maybe the feet fall open like a V. Maybe the arms float up overhead. Taking a few breaths here. Just moving in whatever way you feel called to move. Breathing into the hips. backs of the legs. Hugging the knees in towards the chest here, giving a nice little squeeze into the center of the body. Inhaling and exhaling. Breathing in and breathing out. Breathing into the hips. Letting the breath naturally clear away anything that's ready to leave through the exhales, and bringing in everything that we need that's new through the inhales. Gently resting both feet down, knees pointed up, letting the head turn to the right side, softening the left shoulder, inhaling and exhaling. Breathing in and breathing out. Inhaling, letting the head fall to the left. Exhaling, softening that right shoulder. Breathing in and breathing out. Inhaling the head back through center and exhaling here. Letting our practice get us more and more used to not having to push ourselves to get things done, but allowing ourselves to be more receptive, more receiving. Gently lifting the hips up, sliding the blanket down, taking a couple breaths here. Bending our elbows, taking a moment, making a pillow under our heads with our own hands, interlacing our fingers together, breathing into the forearms, the shoulders, exhaling out of the mouth, breathing in and breathing out. Switching the hands, opposite hand on top, inhaling and exhaling, breathing in and breathing out. letting that go. We're going to just roll over onto our side, walking ourselves up so we can make our way onto our seat. Coming onto our rolled up blanket, let's bring both legs out in front, opening up through the ankles, the toes. Moving as feels good. Hands on either side of the hips. Little wiggle side to side, breathing in and breathing out. Letting the head soften side to side, maybe forward or back. Seeing if we can enjoy our transition, staying in our body, bringing our intention back to the front of our heart. Maybe noticing if it's changed. Just taking a few deep breaths here, inhaling and exhaling. Maybe letting the chin fall towards the chest. Maybe even grabbing at the base of your skull, just helping to draw the chin very gently, slightly more in towards the chest. Breathing out some of that tension in the neck, the jaw, maybe blowing out through the lips. Opening wide through the mouth, the eyes. Taking our time, slowly melting out of it. Start to walk the soles of our feet together, opening our knees wide, resting our hands on our knees, drawing the low belly in, sitting up nice and tall, inhaling through the nose, and exhaling out of the mouth, breathing in and breathing out. Maybe letting the hands clasp behind you, helping to open through the shoulders, the arms, the neck. Might feel good to do reverse prayer here. Maybe just reach for the back of the shirt. Softening the shoulders, drawing the chin in, inhaling and exhaling. Maybe the torso falls a little towards the mat. Letting the hands go as you're ready, breathing into the fingers, the wrists. Let's flip the heel of our hands forward, pressing into the mat. So we can breathe into the forearms, spreading our fingers wide, releasing the head, the neck, inhaling and exhaling, shaking out the head, the neck. Just meeting your edge, not pushing yourself too far. Noticing when you catch yourself in judgment of what the pose is or where you think it should be. Really starting to accept that the pose is wherever we are. Letting that go Gently making fists, pressing into the mat, inhaling and exhaling. Breathing in and breathing out. Letting that go, floating the head up, releasing the fingers, the hands, the neck, little movement. Taking a few relaxed breaths here. Using our hands to help guide our knees together. Little shift side to side. Let's give a little hug in. Sitting up tall, wiggling out of the low back, breathing in and breathing out. Softening the thighs towards the heart. Maybe the chin falls in towards the chest. Maybe you sit up on your bolster. Maybe you come into a balance. It might feel good to let the head fall back behind you, breathing into the throat. Inhaling and exhaling. Couple more breaths here. Slowly coming out of it, breathing in and breathing out. Gentle movement of the head, the jaw, circling the eyes all the way around, releasing any tension here in the face. Start to make our way onto all fours, hands in line with the elbows, the shoulders, knees in line with the hips. Just little rock side to side, breathing into the low back, breathing into the palms, the fingers. Let's inhale, drop the belly, lift the gaze. Exhale, round the spine, draw the chin in towards the chest. Inhale and exhale. Staying here, breathing, puffing into the low back, in between the shoulder blades. Let's inhale, drop the belly, lift the gaze. Exhale here. Taking your time, moving through it at your own pace. Breathing into the spine. Taking our time, let's start to fall into child's pose. Big toes together, knees open. Forehead towards the mat, bending in the elbows. Breathing into the feet, the toes, inhaling and exhaling. Softening the shoulders, letting the head soften side to side. It might feel good to rest the chin on the mat, gazing up. It might feel good to bring the mat up to you by setting your rolled up blanket under your heart. Just breathing here. We're going to be here for a bit, so taking your time, softening into the mat, really allowing yourself to feel heavy. Inhaling and exhaling. Maybe the arms float more in, more up. Maybe the head falls side to side. Noticing any heavy thoughts that seem to be rooted in fear. Seeing if you can let them sink into the mat, leaving them here. Bending the elbows, pressing the hands into the mat. Getting creative, breathing into the fingers, the palms. Adding any movement that might feel good here. Just noticing what you're holding and allowing your exhales to help release. Slowly melting ourselves out of it, walking ourselves up. Adding any movement that feels good, walking the knees in, letting the hips gently slide side to side, releasing the neck, the head, inhaling and exhaling. Bringing the knees together, the feet together. Let's come into a modified child's pose, arms alongside the body, palms face up. Inhaling and exhaling, gently releasing down towards the mat. Softening the forehead into your blanket. Maybe wiggling the head, blowing out through the lips, opening wide through the eyes. Softening little by little. Let's take 10 deep breaths here. Inhaling and exhaling. Slowly rolling yourself out of it, wiggling side to side. If it feels okay, sitting back on your heels for a few breaths. Otherwise, just coming down onto your seat. Breathing in and breathing out. Inhaling and exhaling. Eventually bringing both legs out in front of us, opening through the ankles, the toes. Just releasing over our legs, nice and relaxed here. Inhaling and exhaling. Nice and soft, sending your breath where you need it. Taking your time, gently rolling yourself up, breathing in and breathing out. We're going to take our rolled up blanket and we're going to place it long ways behind us, gently walking ourselves down so our spine runs along the blanket. Opening the heart, the chest, letting our arms open, doing whatever feels good with the legs. Maybe they relax out long. Maybe you bend the knees. Maybe you just rest with the feet in the mat and the knees pointed up. Taking your time, adding any movement that feels good. Let's inhale through the nose and exhale out of the mouth. Breathing in and and breathing out. We're going to be here for a few breaths. Maybe the head falls side to side. Maybe you adjust your arms a little more in, or maybe reaching them up overhead. Bringing your intention to the front of your heart and sitting with your breath. Starting to walk the feet in towards the seat, aiming the knees up towards the ceiling. Softening the shoulders, the jaw, the eyes. Breathing in and breathing out. Moving in whatever way feels good for you. Being aware of your whole body in each pose. Sending your breath where you need it. Let's go ahead and take 10 more deep breaths here. Softening through the hips, the belly, the heart. Let's take a nice deep inhale through the nose and sighing it out. Taking our time, we're going to start to walk everything in towards the center, eventually rolling over onto one side, coming into fetal position, bending the knees in. Maybe using your bottom arm as a pillow. Inhaling through the nose and letting it go out of the mouth. Slowly rolling over onto our backs. Giving a nice hug in, knees into the chest, rocking side to side. Breathing in and breathing out. Sending your breath where you need it. Feeling the tops of the thighs softening towards the torso. Maybe opening up through the toes, the ankles, blowing out through the lips, or opening wide through the eyes. Circling the eyes all the way around. Just letting go of any tension on the surface of our bodies. Start to bring both feet back down in the mat. Just taking a moment, curling the toes under, pressing down into the floor, letting that go. Taking our time, arms alongside the body, palms face down. Let's start to inhale, lifting both legs up towards the ceiling. Exhale, breathing in and breathing out. Really reaching up and out through the toes, inhaling, and as you're ready, exhaling slowly, starting to lower the legs all the way down. Softening the feet into the mat. If you want to take your rolled up blanket, unroll it and place it on top of you, feeling free to do that now as we set up for our final resting pose. Just taking the time to make ourselves comfortable, heavy. Letting the feet fall open, arms alongside the body, palms face up. Walking the shoulders down away from the ears. Letting the head soften side to side, wiggling the hips down. Noticing the space in your body that's here now, that maybe wasn't here when you started your practice. Sending gratitude to your breath, your body, your awareness, and your willingness to show up for yourself. Using this time as a mini meditation where we just become the observer of our thoughts. Bringing our intention to the front of our heart, letting it be something we carry with us, not only for the rest of the day, but for our week, our life. Let's take 3 big last sigh outs. Inhaling through the nose and letting it go. Breathing in and sighing it out. Inhaling and releasing. wiggling toes, fingers, adding some movement into the body, taking your time, slowly starting to roll over into fetal position. Spending a few moments here. Slowly walking yourself up to seated, taking your time, maybe crossing your ankles or one foot in front of the other. Bringing the hands to prayer, bowing down, bringing your intention, your gratitude, your patience, your awareness and your stillness with you as you leave. Knowing that we're all reflections of the same light, we say namaste. Thank you so much for joining me. I'll see you next time. Please like and subscribe and follow me on Instagram at King Polly Does Yoga.